Hey yo, Tavern Terra, welcome back to the show. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Click that bell button somewhere on this page. Is this somewhere probably right here or right here. Wherever David decides to put it, that's where it is. But make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend that tells a friend, you know what I mean? And we gonna get it popping. Let's get into the show. You feel me? Let's go.
Yeah, good looking out there. Yeah, ha, it's Flav, you heard? Check it, I had to get what I earned. It's my turn. Welcome to the show. It's Trenton's Tavern. Yeah, ha, that's how we doing it. Welcome to the show, y'all. Enjoy.
Welcome back to the show. This is going to be episode 44. I'm not sure what I'm going to name it yet, but we'll get there when that time comes. You know what I mean? I want to say, first of all, thank you to all of the subscribers. We have 463. I am so close to 500. I can almost taste it, and it feels really good. I love the support. I appreciate all of the support, even though I'm not doing it consistently like I should be doing. I just want to say thank you guys for continuing to stick in there with me, hang in there with me. I ask that you just continue to please like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I promise I'm going to do better. So with that being said, I wanted to first apologize because I have not been consistent and people are on my ass about not posting it. Like, I went to my mom's house today. My little brother was like, are you going to post the episode with Jordan and Red like anytime soon? Like, and I still got two more that I'm trying to figure out. Like, I got to break up that me and Red did like 2 months ago. You know what I mean? So I got them in the tuck. I just got to get them out. But I promise from this day forth that you guys will get an episode every single week. Whether if it's just me by myself or whatever the case, me and Red or me and somebody else, whatever the case may be, you will get one every single week from this episode on. I promise you will get one unless something severe happened or I'm out of town on vacation or something like that. Other than that, if I'm at the crib, I'll be editing, posting, and y'all be getting them between Fridays and Sundays. I want to post them again on Saturdays, Saturday mornings, like I was doing before. That's when everybody was expecting them. So I think I'm gonna go back to Saturdays. But I promise I will. I was talking to my man Marcus, and he was telling me like, he's like, listen, dog, I watch the show all the time. You got the format. It's set up. You and Red complement each other. Like, y'all got everything going for y'all. You just got to be more consistent with it and start reaching out and networking with other people and all of that other good stuff. And he's like, before you know it, you know what I mean? Like, the joint will take off. Like, you'll start getting sponsorships and people want to collab with you and all types of other stuff. But you just got to continue to stay consistent and stop being lazy about it if this is your passion, because that's your baby. And he kind of, you know what I mean, relit a fire in me, because I was being a little bit lazy since I changed shifts and stuff like Red be yelling at me about all the time. But it's cool, you know what I mean? We all mess up, we all make mistakes. So I promise from this point forward, from this episode, y'all will get a episode every single week unless there's something severe. There won't be 2 week stances and all of that other good stuff, you know what I mean? So that's that. We are going to transition over and we're going to go into the topic of the day, Red. You ready? Okay, guys and gals. This topic of the day is kind of two things, right? Actually, it might be a few things.
It's like one topic.
It's like one topic
with like four parts.
Like a bunch of little different things. So maybe after every little mini point, every little topic or whatever, we might have to take a break. And then this might be like a 3 or 4 part episode. Let's just say that. But we'll see.
Depends on how deep we go.
Yeah, it depends on how deep. But the basis of it is Red hit me like I don't want to say a month ago, but it probably was a month ago. He hit me like a month ago.
I had forgot about the topic until he brought it up today because I thought we was doing some different stuff. But the stuff we got in the notes, there's ways we can there's ways we can tie it all in. We just gotta roll and see how it goes.
So he hit me like a month ago, and he was like, "Yo, we should really talk about slut shaming and
slut shaming. That's
slut shaming and it was something else. It was slut shaming and something
like
else.
Slut shaming with / body shaming.
Body shaming, yeah.
Like, you know.
So I was like, oh yeah, let me speak on that. Okay, now before we get this started, let me tell you guys right now, don't get it fucked up. And I don't even cuss on here, but do not get it fucked up, because I'm not bringing this point across because this particularly has to do with me. I just realized some of this stuff because, you know what I mean, like from a guy's perspective, we got it hard out here. It's not easy for us out here, you know what I mean? Like, and it's all fun and games until the roles are reversed, okay? And that's why I wanted to say, okay, Red was like, let's do the slut shaming thing. I was like, okay, well, I can counter react that with women do more body shaming than men do. So, I mean, we could argue, we could talk about it, but I'm not really sure what he wanted to talk about on the slut shaming part, but I'll go first, right? Okay, so with the cancel culture today and the cancel culture today and the Me Too movement and the consent and all of that, you know, sensitive stuff that's going on today. You know what I mean? This stuff has been going on in the world forever, as we all know. It's just more put out there today because of the cameras, the phones, and all of the social media era, all of that good stuff, right? So as days go on, you know what I mean, like women have these debates about men and who's allowed to wear gray sweatpants, who's allowed, you know what I mean, who's allowed to wear gray shorts, you know what I mean, certain things of that sort. You know what I mean? Like, which is ultimately talking about a man's penis size, right? So because from what I seen, the women was like, hey guys, matter of fact, it's not only that either. It's not only the penis size. It's the other ones that be like, if you're not 6 foot, you just considered a friend. Like, if you're a man and you're under 6 foot, I can only consider you a friend. Now, I don't have no problem with women having preferences. If you like men that's 6 feet and taller, by all means. That don't mean that you have to diminish the people, the men that's 5'11" and under. You know what I mean? Like, it comes to a point where it's just weird. If you like if you like a grown ass man and you like 5'4" or 5'5", like, it gets a little tricky in there, but they can't help that. You know what I mean? You can't help how tall you are. So when y'all say, oh yeah, if you're a man and you're under 6 foot, you know what I mean, all I can consider you as is a leprechaun or a friend or whatever, like, huh? Like, that's quote unquote body shaming, because you can't do nothing about your height. There's not nothing that we can take that's gonna increase our height. You know what I mean? There's nothing.
Is that really body shaming, or is that really just having a preference?
That's what I said, though. I said I don't mind anybody having a preference, but you don't have to put it out there to make everybody that's not that height feel like they less of a man because they're not that height. That's when it becomes body shaming to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, how tall are you?
I think
6'1"?
I think I'm exactly 6 foot.
Okay, you 6 foot. I'm about 5'9". So if a chick see you and her preferences to you, like she sees both of us and she's gonna be automatically attracted to you because you're 6 foot. I have no issues with that, because she just doesn't want somebody that's under 6 foot. It's when she's like, hell no, I would never date that nigga because he's under 6 foot. Like, that's not a good reason not to date me. Like, I could be the best man. I could be what you're looking for. But just because, you know what I mean, in your head you got this preference, which is cool, but you don't have to make me feel like less of a man because I can't, you know what I mean? Like, I can't do nothing about my height. I can't, God, please make me taller. Like, I can't do nothing. I'm 32 years old, I'm 5'9". I'm going to be this height for the rest of my life. So you either got to deal with it or you not, you know what I mean? Because it's the same thing, like, if I like thick women and I see it's a thick woman and it's a skinny chick and I'm like, oh nah, I'm definitely picking her because look at her, like she all bones, blah blah blah. Like now I'm body shaming. I don't have to go that far with picking that. You know what I mean? If I like her, all I gotta do is focus on her. Simple as that. Like that, I'm focused on her because that's my preference. It's as simple as that. I'm not gonna diminish anybody else. I'm not gonna diminish the women that's not thick. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, if you're not thick, you look like a 13-year-old boy. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just not. It's not. There's just no point in saying that to anybody else.
No, I get what you're saying.
That's all I was saying about that. And when it comes to the penis sizes, now y'all really foul about that. You know what I mean? Like, cause you telling me cause you telling me like y'all got dudes out here being insecure about wearing gray sweatpants. Well, for the ones that care, being insecure about wearing the gray sweatpants and whatnot because they not walking around with a 15-inch penis. Like, I don't. They can't do anything to make that grow. All of those enhancement pills and all of that, unless you want to go get surgery, like that's retarded. But all of those enhancement pills and stuff like that, it's all false. It doesn't work. Like it's just a gimmick to get money. That's all it is. None of that stuff works. But that don't seem to be frowned upon in the world today. You know what I mean? Opposed to talking about a woman because she fat or because she's too skinny or she don't got big tits or she ain't got a fat ass. Like you say anything about a woman that is talking about their body, you're now being framed as a body shamer. You know what I mean? Like let her live her life and women are beautiful all the way around no matter how it is, blah blah blah. Like we can't say nothing about them. You know what I mean? With the wigs that they wear and the lace fronts and all of this other stuff, you know what I mean? Like, we can't say nothing about them, but they can just walk around willy-nilly talking about people's penises. Like, and that's body shaming, dog. Like, it's not cool. Like, it's not. Again, don't get it effed up. I'm not talking about this personally because of me. I'm cool. I'm gonna wear whatever I want to wear. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not insecure about my shit at all. But for other people, you never know what they going through behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like you just don't know what people are going through, and to add more traction onto their lives, like more hurt and you know what I mean, more insecurities to their lives because y'all have. I just don't understand why everybody feel like they need to be heard. That's my thing. If you like a certain size or whatever the case may be, like, why does it have to be publicized? Is my whole thing. Because that's when it becomes the shaming, like I said before. Everybody's got their preferences for what they like in the bedroom or personally when it comes to people, whatever the case may be. Everybody has their preferences. My problem is when they start to publicize it and then they start to diminish people about it.
So you're saying because they publicize it, it automatically makes it diminishing?
I would say so because the thing is,
what if they're publicizing it just to so that way they don't have to deal with rejecting shit that they feel just ain't gonna work?
Like, you mean if people coming at them personally? So they're just putting it out there broadly?
Like, okay, well you don't have a Facebook, but like on your IG or Twitter, let's say for whatever reason, you have a predilection to thick women. Okay. So I'm just using that.
Okay, I got you. I'm with you.
The people I've seen you interested in are thick. Can I say it that way? Okay. Therefore, that would be like you putting on your IG or your Snap or your Twitter, like, listen, I prefer my women, you know, I don't know what a good thick weight is for women. Let's just say, just for sake of this discussion, let's just say you want your women between like 150 and 180. Okay. If that's truly what you want, and then let's say you put on your IG story or
That's
your
a healthy woman. Right there.
that's what I'm saying. But then let's say, like, listen, hey, you could put something on your story, like, listen, if you don't weigh at least this, like, hey, ain't no point in hollering at me because ain't nothing gonna happen because I know what I like.
It's body shaming, bro.
Not
That point, to me, that's body shaming.
That's okay. See, so
to me.
I don't agree with that. See, to me, body shaming is when you are trying to purposely
Hurt somebody
or make somebody feel bad.
That's true.
If you are choosing to make your preference public, that's not. If anything, for most people, that's more of a public service announcement, because that's the thing of like, no, that's not it. That's the thing of like, listen, we're not gonna waste each other's time. I know what I like. I don't care. You could be the baddest 105-pound chick on the planet, but I know what I like. This probably ain't gonna work. Let's not waste each other's time trying to do this, that, and the other, because God forbid, I might be with you today. If I see that smooth ass 145 tomorrow and it's hitting like bricks, I'm out. So I'm just saying, if you're choosing to make your preferences public, that's not body shaming. You're not trying to make anybody feel bad. You're just saying,
I get that, Red. I honestly get that, right? But my thing is this, right? You've ever been in a situation where you said something to somebody, or you put something on your Facebook or whatever, and you indirectly hurt people? Like I mean, I don't know if you indirectly hurt people, but with me putting my preference on there, listen, with me putting my preference on there, right? That's not direct body shaming, but for all of the women, what if it's because my thing is this, okay, if I put my preference on there, boom, but then I got there's four women that don't fit that category that's really in love with me or that really want to talk to me, their confidence is going to go from here to here just from me posting my preference. So it's not a direct body shame, but for them, they're going to be like, damn, I'm not good enough. And to just before we go further, I don't really have a type as far as thick women or whatever. I do not.
Okay.
I do not, Red. And we're just going to leave that there, okay? I don't really have a preference, honestly, because I'm in love. I mean, if you want to say we're not gonna go personal at all, but if you want to say, listen, if you want to say let's just talk celebrity wise, right? Everybody know I'm in love with Rihanna. She's healthy, but Rihanna not super fit.
I don't consider Rihanna healthy.
She a good 140, 30.
No, she got a nice shape. I don't consider her healthy.
What do you consider her? Well, don't disrespect her. Never mind. Let's just move on, because I hate to have to fight you on this right now. I'm talking about my life. No, we're not gonna do that. She's healthy, okay?
But to you, she is okay. She's healthy-ish.
Okay,
she's healthy-ish.
Okay, so what about I'm in love with Janae Aiko. She's super skinny. But if she came up to talk to me, I'm gonna talk to her.
If you were to make me pick a healthy, just for sake of time here, healthy's Meg Thee Stallion is healthy.
Meg is definitely healthy.
She's a thick healthy. It's so maybe in that way you're right. Yeah, Rihanna's you got your healthy and then you got your thick
Meg
healthy.
Yeah, she's different. Yeah.
So
that's true.
But for me, when I think healthy, I'm thinking like Meg Thee Stallion.
That's cool.
That's healthy.
I was only saying that to say I don't really have
or I don't know if you remember, not to be funny, when she was, especially back in the day when she was popping, Yo-Yo. Remember the rapper Yo-Yo?
Mm-hmm.
Yo-Yo was healthy.
Yeah.
Yo-Yo had a side, Yo-Yo was healthy.
I got you.
Even though girl from Atlanta Housewives, Nene's healthy. Well, she didn't have some surgery, so it ain't really. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's moving in.
Before I'm just saying, as far there's healthy. You got healthy. You got your healthy thick. You got thick, and then you got BBW, and then you do have some shit that's beyond. And BBW. That's just straight morbid obesity. Which
You heard what Hop said. If they ain't 280, they ain't a lady. He like them like that.
and that is the typical. Well, but you know why? You know why though? It's I know. I got a friend.
I'm not
I can't say his
though.
name. No,
I'm not gonna lie. Though.
I got a
There
friend.
is some big girls that I've seen that I'm like,
No, definitely.
she might be alright.
No, I'm not gonna say his name. I got a friend who's he's large.
Mm-hmm.
He's borderline. He's not obese, but he big as hell.
Like Big Pun big.
Big Pun to me was obese. Maybe Fat Joe big.
Fat Joe now, or Fat Joe back in the day?
Even Fat Joe when he first came out, Big Pun was still bigger than Fat Joe.
Yeah.
Fat Joe was obese. Big Pun was big. Now Fat Joe has lost weight.
A lot.
Yeah, but you'd say he Fat Joe size.
Okay, that's cool.
And he dates
Skinny women.
skinny to thick. He don't anything fat. He don't. And we were talking. We was out at the bar when I said, I said, I ain't trying to be funny. I said, why you be dogging big girls? He said, I don't dog big girl. I was like, nigga, I've known you for almost 20 years. I ain't never seen you with it. And he hit me to something I never thought about. He was like, he said, listen. He said, I don't care what they tell you. He said, I don't care what you see on TV. He said, hey, man. He said, two fat people can't be together. He said, I didn't try it. He said, that's too much meat.
That's what I
heard. He
heard.
said, you do too much moving around.
Yeah.
He said, if one person in the relationship is big, the other person, somebody got to be small for it to work. He said, because in both of us, he said, that's too much bumping. He said, it's painful. Right. So there's levels with the thickness and shit. But
Yeah, there's definitely levels.
that's like me. I got a preference. I prefer dark skin with some thickness.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean I won't talk to a skinny woman, because I have. I've had girlfriends who are skinny. Doesn't mean I won't talk to somebody that's light skinned or anything. It's just I have a preference for dark skin.
Okay, like I said before, though, you don't think that. Have you ever posted your preference on any of your social media?
Yes, because like I was asked, like somebody would post something and say, hey, what's your type? And I would say, well, I prefer yada yada yada.
Okay, but not just you doing it on your own without being asked. Like you just like, hey, listen, for all y'all in my DMs or whatever the case.
Actually, I did do that once.
Did you?
It was because
I've never done that.
It was because of the people that came into my DMs.
Mm.
Like just some shit I can't do.
I agree.
I'm sorry.
I agree.
And don't get me wrong, I am not a shallow individual by any means, because I do believe in personality, but you can be into personality as much as you want. You have to be able to look at a person. Why are you laughing? You have to be able. No, for real. You have to be able to look at a person and find, even if it's small, there has to be some type of physical attraction.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying you need to have a porno attraction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can meet somebody with a slight attraction, get to know them, get to know their mind and all that shit, and then you really, crave a motherfucker, this, that, and the other. But at some point, I got to see something about you I like that makes me somewhat attracted. You can't just be no booger bear or nothing. It don't.
But yeah, that's why the ones that was in your DMs, they wasn't bold enough to come to you on your in public, because they wanted to be private about it. So even indirectly, Red, with you going and reposting whatever you posted, you still hurt some feelings, even whether you know it or not, bro. And I'm not saying
you can't assume that.
If they was the complete opposite of what you posted, and you said you posted it for that reason, because they were the complete opposite, I can assume that. I can assume whatever I want.
No.
But
because
I don't know if it's true. It's just an assumption.
I've dated the opposite of what my preference is all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that.
So what was the point in posting your preference if it was people in there that?
Because somebody can still be your preference and be ugly as fuck. You know I'm right.
I didn't disagree.
Okay, so case in point, I had a friend of mine on her Facebook page.
Disagree.
I had a friend of mine on her Facebook page. Okay, you have a grill.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine on my Facebook page. She posted. He said, any man that wears a grill, I am automatically convinced that your breath stink. I said what I said.
Where's she at? Call her right now. Right now.
She would hurt your feelings.
Oh, she would.
Well, no, not about that. You would have to know the type of person she would.
Why would she hurt my feelings?
She's just one of them type. She don't take shit from nobody. It don't matter who you
I just want to ask her, was she like? How did she get that?
But I'm just saying,
she must have messed with somebody with some grills.
I don't know if she did or if she didn't, but she put that on there.
Well, she ain't met me, so that's what I'm saying. Though, with you even saying that,
no, that's a shame because it's trying to be negative. There's a difference. When you're trying to shame something,
I'm with you.
like that comment, because like you said,
I'm with you.
It might not apply to you.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But in her world, by definition, because of how she feels, regardless whether she experienced it or maybe because, hell, you never know. Because I know a couple motherfuckers with grills. They don't clean them the way they supposed. They got the kind like you got that pop out. They don't clean them bitches like they supposed to. Because I ain't gonna lie, I be looking at them. Some people want to be like, my nigga, are you sure you ain't fucking up? Like, yo, I'm just saying. So it could be from an experience she had. That could just be, sometimes people just form opinions to form them. Or they say something just to start shit. Yeah. But either way, hers had a negative content with it.
I'm with you. Yeah, I agree.
Me doing what I did, I wasn't putting it out there to say, hey, if you're skinny or if you look like this, and this, fuck you, don't talk to me.
Right.
I just have a preference.
Okay, so I agree with you, but can we agree?
To me, it only becomes shaming if you're trying to do something with negative intent. Because here's the thing, you could say something.
Is rejection negative?
No. Rejection is an inalienable right that everybody has.
That's not a negative thing to the person that's being rejected?
I think it honestly depends on the person, because it might depend on why you're getting rejected. Like if you meet somebody...
Because you're not their preference.
If somebody's truly being that shallow about it...
Yeah.
Then you could take that as a negative, but it's still even kind of hard to do that because a person has a right to approach or chase or be with whatever that is. So that's like a rock and a hard place situation, because I think sometimes it just depends on the rejection.
Okay.
Because people can be rejected for, hell, you can reject a motherfucker because you don't like the way they tie their shoes or something. Something about that just might bother you. Or the way they put butter on their toast. You might just look at that and be like, I'm not dealing with this motherfucker. So I mean I think it can be negative depending on how it's said or what the reason may be. But at the same time, you have to look at it. Even if the person is being negative, rejection still is a right that a person has. Somebody approach you that you don't like, you have a right to be like, nah, shit, move. Like, I'm good. Now, some people might have different reasons, like, hey, I'm not attracted to you. I don't look at you like that. Maybe you do stink. Maybe you are too fat. Maybe your dick is too small. Maybe your pussy is too wide. I mean, there's a number, like, there's truth is truth. Sometimes motherfuckers can't handle it.
Okay, so not thinking about all of that type of stuff, dog. I don't have no preference. I really don't. I don't have no preference because I've dated all different types of women. You know what I mean? Like, I've dated a lot of women.
I feel when it comes to me and you, we can't talk about preferences because the only way I could prove my point would I would have to reveal some personal shit, and I'm not going to do that. So I feel we should just move on because you have a preference.
Okay, listen. No, I do have a preference.
We can move on.
But we don't.
We can move on.
We can talk about this after this. Okay. Just remind me to let's argue afterwards.
This nigga got a preference. Okay. I don't know whose feelings he think he get ready to hurt right. The nigga got a preference.
I'm not hurting nobody.
Everybody sees it.
I'm not body shaming nobody.
Now
moving on.
Okay. Yeah.
Moving on.
Fine.
Now,
slut shaming.
Let's talk about slut shaming. Tell me what you want to talk about when it comes to this slut shaming stuff.
I have a problem when people, especially when they break up with somebody or just stop fucking with them, because you might have just been cutty buddies or something. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It irritates me when people you want to attack a sexual person's history. Like, especially when you knew that shit when you got with them. Like, if somebody was tricking before you started fucking with them, and you was okay with it and started fucking with them anyway, regardless whether it was a real relationship, some cuddy buddy shit, whatever it was, you chose to fuck with them. Shit don't work out or goes left, or even a mutual agreement, and men and women do. I've seen it happen on both sides. They want to attack what that person has done either before them or in some cases maybe even with them. You want to fucking attack that just because you hurt. And I understand that when people get hurt, it can make you be petty. It can cause you to do some stupid. You want a person to feel pain like you feeling pain. It's just I don't like when people do that. Especially when you knew now, and I'm not saying it's cool to do it even if you didn't find out till later. Because even if you found out later that this person, you know, she fuck with somebody,
well, that's a different type of hurt.
But still,
that's a different type of hurt.
It doesn't.
If you find out like later, but
well,
okay.
No, some people don't like to tell you shit at the beginning or ever because they know because of the nature of it. You're going to judge like case in point. And I'm not saying you would do this, so don't do your normal thing and be like, no, I would never do it. Just let me get this out. Let's say me and you, we do this. From the looks of this, it's not gonna happen. Let's say we do this, me and you go out to go get a drink, go get some wings or something. You meet some chick. First little initial encounter, y'all hit it off. Y'all start hanging out. You guys become intimate. I mean, like, you start really rocking with this girl. Okay. Say y'all get 6-7 months in. Let's say she tells you she used to be a porn star. That look you did right there, they couldn't see it. That look you did right there, that's why some are not going to tell you at the beginning. Because you're already, there's a prejudge or something going on there. Now, and here's the thing. Hold on, let me finish. But here's the thing. Because in actuality, the only difference between you and her is that your fucking ain't on video. Hers is. She got paid for it.
There's the difference. There's a difference.
It doesn't matter. It's still both. That was her job. What I'm saying is, both of y'all are doing this thing. Hers just happened to be public.
So
it does not change. It does not change because here's the thing, and this is how you have to look at it on the flip side of it. Unless you just like, let's say you've seen her do some shit that just freaks you out. Because here's the thing you have to look at from the flip side of it. Anybody you get with, unless they're a virgin or only been with one person, they have a sexual past. You have a sexual past. Some chick you might meet, she don't know what, they don't know what type of Batman King Kong shit you've been doing with some other bitches. I'm just saying. You have a past. Everybody has one.
Right. I agree.
But then you find out about it. Now, don't get me wrong. She might tell you that, and in your mind, it might just be, I can't do this. That's fine. That's your right. But if you choose to stay and do it, y'all go on, y'all keep trying to rock it, and then let's say for some reason, y'all break up.
And then after,
that's bullshit of you to come to be like, that's why your ass a hoe anyway. You knew this. At some point you fucking knew and you chose to keep fucking with. It's the same thing like a woman's defense first time she break up with a nigga. A lot of them first ones out there. That's why your dick small. This dick been small. Why you been fucking?
Facts.
For whatever reason, you found a way to deal with a small dick. Regardless whether he was paying for this, he was good to your kids, he helped you get a job. Hell, it doesn't matter. He upgraded your life in some type of way. Didn't even have to be financially. He could have upgraded you mentally or spiritually. Doesn't matter. But you was willing to deal with that small dick then. Then you break up with him. Now all of a sudden, you got a Tyler penis. Or you can't last longer than 30 seconds. It's like you said. It's like because I have never done that.
Okay, so
and there might have been times I've wanted to because I felt a certain type of way.
Yeah.
But it's like I had to catch myself, and it's like
I think a lot of those,
I knew who. It's like because I had to catch. It's like I knew who the fuck she was when I got with her.
I think a lot of those instances, people say that stuff out of anger, which don't take anything away from it. Like, it's still slut shaming or whatever.
Angry people tell you the truth. So
Facts.
90% of
whatever the case may be. So I don't agree with that stance. But that's what I was gonna ask. So you're saying if we went out, I met a chick, we started rocking, then she told me 6-7 months down the road that she used to be a porn star or whatever. Like, she wouldn't tell me that because she would think I was gonna judge her or whatever.
Because there's a stigma that comes with it.
After I found that out, if I was like, oh nah, I can't F with you because you a whole blah blah blah, right?
You wouldn't have to necessarily say because you could find out like the fact you did this, you could have a ton of reasons. Like I just you could have it in your mind to be like, well, if you did this to me, that means you're reckless. I don't need this in my life. I don't want to. No, you have a right to say that. That's not what I'm saying. The part I'm bringing up is because if you choose to walk away after they tell you this information, that's you making a conscious choice. You're not necessarily doing it out of hurt or spite. Mm-hmm. You're like, I can't let go of your past. We got to cut this off. That's a fair thing. But what I'm saying is, like the thing you just brought up, I'm saying when you purposely do it out of spite, like, why is that always a go-to, especially when you knew some shit?
Right, okay.
You can't throw something in somebody's face. I leave here tonight, I meet a crackhead. If I know the bitch is on crack and I keep fucking with her, keep rolling with her, what do I look like when we break up? Yeah, that bitch is a basehead anyway. I knew that when I got there.
Yeah, that's your fault. Okay,
so, yeah, what's the point of doing that?
What I will say though, it's the same thing for my friends that I know that, you know what I mean, they're just not gonna ever be faithful or whatever the case may be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if that's what you want to do, it's cool. But it's the same thing is for with all of the women that you messing with. I think from jump, you need to tell women what's really good. You need to be truthful about it. You know what I mean? Then they can make their own decisions as whether they want to F with you or not.
What are you saying? You supposed to bring your sexual past up on the first date?
No. You're not. No, not just sexual past.
But that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about baggage or anything else like that. We're saying in terms of slut shaming. Slut shaming can only come from sex. You can't get slut shamed for being a shopaholic or some shit.
Right. Okay, so listen. What I'm saying is, if Shorty used to be if I go meet a Shorty and she used to be a porn star, I'm getting to know you. Right? That it does have to do with sex because of the position, like because it's porn or whatever the case may be. But that's also a decision that you have to let. I think that's something that y'all have to talk about before y'all get serious about it. You know what I mean? Because this is why I say this. Listen, the reason that I say that is because you leave me.
I don't want to cut you off. Can I ask a question? No, I need to ask this while you're trying to answer this. Now,
okay.
Just since we use porn star as an example. Now, does it make a difference?
Mm-hmm.
Does it make a difference if they're an active porn star or former?
It makes a difference either way.
Why?
I'm about to explain.
No, I want to put that out there because I feel like I can. I can combat that. That's why I wanted it on the record, sir.
Listen, so the reason that I'm saying that she should tell you is because if let's just say you know what she is, but I don't know what she is. You know what I mean? Like, not specifically you, but there's people around like, oh, you dating Shorty? You know she used to be a porn star. Like, you should give me the choice, you know what I mean, to get ready to defend myself or let people know why I'm messing with you or whatever the case may be. Like, at least if we kicking it, you're into me, you know what I mean? Like, we're into each other or whatever the case. So I don't think that you should go into something like that, like being a porn star. And when we say porn star, that means known. We know who a lot of these porn stars are. No, we're not talking about amateurs or whatever the case may be, but somebody else in the world has seen this. You know what I mean? So
because they're just like in sports. Just because somebody plays football or basketball, that don't mean they know. She could have been a porn. She might only did 2 or 3 movies.
But she's known in her world, though, is what I'm saying. So she has a following. Yeah, but
not necessarily.
Yes,
not necessarily.
She has a following. She has a family. You know what I mean? She got friends. She got people listen. She got people who follow her and whatever the case may be. Me and her start kicking it. You know what I mean? Like, and she got her little base. Me and her.
She may have a base.
She may have. Me and her start kicking it, right? Then she started posting me. You know what I mean? Like, and then I start seeing comments or whatever the case may be, like, oh, damn, she didn't change her life, blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever the case may be. Like, that's going to hit me for a loop. Like, yo, what is all of these people talking about? You know what I mean? Like, that's why I think you should tell them. That's why I think it should be a conversation. I'm not saying the first date, but somewhere within the first 2 months, you should be like, okay, this is my past, moving into it.
Let me ask a question.
Hold on, because I'm going to forget.
I'm sorry,
I'm going to forget.
Go ahead.
The reason I'm saying that is because when you talking to a girl, right? Like when you're getting to know a girl, the first few weeks, months, whatever the case may be, you're getting to know her for who she is, right?
Okay.
Eventually, within that first month or within that first 2 months to 4 months, you're gonna have to hear about her past. You know why you have to hear about her past? Because you have to know what she's coming from. You know what I mean? Like, to be like, oh, your ex-boyfriend was a piece of shit. He did this to you, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, this is what happened in your past, whatever the case may be. You're going to have conversations, most of the time, you're going to have conversations about sex. You're going to have conversations about the likes and stuff, especially if you haven't hit it in them first month, them first few months. You're definitely going to have conversations about sex and stuff. As a former porn star, it's almost impossible for you to have conversations about sex in your past and not bring up that topic.
Depends on your level of success.
Nah, you gotta try. Even if you tried, bro. No. Even if you tried and it didn't work out.
Let's say, so the same example we use, and like I said, we go out, you meet a chick. Let's say because she got paid for it, she can be labeled as a porn star. Let's keep it going. Now let's say she only did 2 movies, or she only did 2 scenes, which means she slept with 2 people.
I still need to know.
See, I don't.
I still need to know.
No, because
if that's the career that you were pursuing, it just didn't work out. I still need to know. Now, if in that case with her doing 2 scenes, she slept with 2 people. That's a little bit more like, oh, okay, well, nigga, I slept with 2 people. You know what I mean?
No, but by your definition, the title dictates behavior. She went and fucked for money.
It does. It dictates behavior, bro. There's just a difference.
No, it doesn't. Title does not dictate behavior.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because if you just with a regular woman and you know she get no. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If you meet a chick and she's known around the streets for being a hoe, like you know that she didn't bone the whole boys basketball team in high school and the football team. She was sucking people off in the stairwell at school, you know what I mean, and jerking people off on the bus, you know what I mean, like. And you get with her, nigga, you're gonna look crazy. And you didn't know that back then, but everybody else around y'all like, oh, this chick used to get busy, blah, 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 right? That right there is like, excuse me. That right there is like, okay, you got a for real past. Like, you was doing some absurd shit, right? As a porn star that was in a beginning career that tried it out.
But the only difference from the example you just gave, one is recorded and one is not. And the point I'm trying to make is, if the one is not recorded, why does she owe you that explanation about what she did before you?
Because I need to know what her tendencies. I need to know her past tendencies. Don't you want to know her past tendencies? Because if something start happening and, you know what I mean, like, you see her moving a different way, you're going to be like, maybe she going back to her old ways. She used to be a hoe when she was younger. Like, she's moving the same way when she was younger. It just gives you a heads up. That's all I'm saying. It just makes you aware of stuff.
You should always have a heads up regardless, because you never truly know anybody.
You're gonna have a heads up, but depending on your past, that is the person that they are. Most of the times, it's the person. Now, I'm not saying that people can't change from their past. I'm not saying that. But most of the times, you're gonna have some of the tendencies that you had in the past as well when you enter new relationships as well. You know what I mean? Until whatever the case may be. And you just happen to change, you know what I mean, with a certain person. Because you said you don't believe it, but I say there's somebody out there for everybody that'll make them change and settle down and do the right thing. But you said you don't believe that. So that's neither here nor there, but I believe that.
I believe some people are meant to be alone.
Oh, I agree too. I agree with that. I agree some people are meant to be alone as well. But that's all I'm saying. Like it just I don't know. It just gives you a heads up, like, for the tendencies that she have now, where she came from. Shit. To be completely honest with you, knowing her past might even make you appreciate her more. To be completely honest with you, to seeing how she used to be into what she is now. But she still should tell you. You know what I mean? Like and I think you should divulge that as a guy too. You should divulge that option too. Especially in the beginning stages, it's all fun and cute, you know what I mean? Like, but give people that chance to give people that chance, you know what I mean? Like, to make their own decisions as if they want to go back. Because maybe there's people in the world that if they was to meet a porn star, you know what I mean? They just like, nah, I can't. Because I'm one of the people that say, like, I could never date a stripper. She not getting fucked, but she getting paid to show her ass. Even if she did it back in the day, she a well-known stripper or whatever the case may be back in the day. Like, I'm not saying that I wouldn't date her if she stopped stripping. You know what I mean? I'm not even saying I wouldn't date the porn star. All I'm saying is I think that they should divulge that information to you before y'all get serious. Tell you about their past situations before y'all get serious. That's all I'm saying.
It's not a situation. It's a job.
There's other jobs, bro. Like that's all I'm saying. Like what made it? Because my thing is now I gotta go in deeper. What made you want to be a stripper?
No, you don't have to.
Yep. If I'm
you're only digging deeper because of the stigma that comes with it.
No, I'm digging deeper.
You don't want to see it. You are.
No, I'm not, bro. You can talk. You can.
So every girl you date, you quiz them about their sexual past.
It's not about your sexual past.
No, it is, because that's what we're talking about.
Okay. No, no. Regardless, you have those. What I'm saying is, you have those conversations regardless. When you're getting to know somebody, you have those conversations regardless. Yes, you do, bro. Like, how?
Not about their sexual past. You can have a conversation with a person about sex without dwelling into their sexual past.
No, Greg, because you have to. Okay, so I'm saying. Okay.
No, you can just ask somebody, like, what they like, what they don't like. You don't have to go into detail as to why they like that. You don't.
But you don't have to go into detail.
That's all I'm saying.
I do though. I do. I go into detail. It's not about stigma.
Stigma.
I've never dated a stripper. I've never dated a porn star in my life. But any girl that I've ever been with.
Well, I wouldn't date a porn star. I'm right there with you. I would date an ex-porn star. I couldn't date a porn star active because I don't believe in sharing. That's just me.
Okay. Regardless.
I'm just saying.
You can ask anybody that I've ever been involved with. We've had a conversation about sex which led into just not
if it leads there, that's different. I'm saying purposely going to look.
But I'm gonna look after you tell me you used to be a porn star. I have to dig deeper now.
No, we're beyond that now. Because you were saying no, because you were saying that you were making it seem as if you were saying that you always have to ask about the sexual past, period.
But I'm saying most of the time it leads there.
It can.
It does.
No,
everybody that you talk to, you don't talk to them about their sexual past.
Not the way you're trying to make it sound, no.
Well, how am I trying to make it sound?
Because you're trying to make it sound like I purposely go looking for information. Because I look at it like this.
You kind of do, though.
No.
When you're talking about her sexual past, you're
I might know, because you can talk to somebody about sex without talking about their past. Like, especially like when you first meet somebody trying to do it or whatever, you try to figure out certain things that turn them on, this, that, and the other. You can ask that without trying to dwell in how they got to that way, because the fact of the matter is this: anybody who gets to be a certain way sexually, it's because of experience.
Exactly.
In one way or another.
Exactly.
But you don't have to ask about their experience. Because if it's before you to a degree, if you want to be real about it, if it's before you, it's really none of your fucking business.
I agree.
And to me, absolutely right. And to me, that is the basis for it. Now, I will give you a caveat and say now, let's say if you're a famous porn star, like, I don't know what porn stars you know. I'm going to throw a name out here and see.
I know her.
Jada Fire? Okay.
Everybody knows her.
We'll use that name.
All right, cool.
But let's say you're a naive person who's never watched porn, never knew nothing about it, yada yada. You meet Miss Fire. You know, y'all going out hanging out, and then, every time you go out, people, and it'd be some men and women, you know, they all saying hi, asking to take pictures with this bitch and asking for autographs. In that aspect, maybe a discussion needs to be had because of her celebrity. Because you're going to want to know, like, hey, why every time we go out?
Yeah.
You know, you're going to want to know why. Y'all could be at McDonald's.
Why people keep coming up to you?
You be at McDonald's in the drive-thru and somebody pull up in the car. Hey, will you take a picture with her or say my name on camera? So, like, that's a little different. But I just like I don't think nobody. You don't have to. To me, that type of shit. If it's just some regular shit, because everybody in one way or another, everybody has a past.
That's a fact.
Everybody's got one.
That's a fact.
And in this scenario, the only difference between you and this person, they got paid for their shenanigans. You wasn't.
Correct. I agree.
It's a conscious choice that they made. Well, for some of them, it's a conscious choice that they made.
Okay. So what I was saying before,
just like it was a conscious choice for you to fuck for free.
Correct.
Or if you had a bitch, let's say you had a bitch that was paying you to fuck her, and the only difference is it ain't been recorded. Is that her business to know that?
Kinda.
How?
It's her business if she asks. It's her business.
In what world would it come up?
No, I'm saying it's her business.
Like, hey, you ever been paid for your penis? Like, in what world is that gonna come up? She ask you for that.
I've had weirder questions asked me.
Those are just people being stupid.
I've had weirder questions asked, but what I'm saying is, okay, listen. What I was saying is, we think two different ways. Okay. Two completely different ways, right? So
no, I met you in the middle. I agree with you in the fact that yes, if they're well known, because people don't like to admit it, there are a lot of people who watch porn, but in the same breath, there are some people who don't. If you're a person who's truly oblivious to it, it's going to come up. The scenario you gave, at least in your first one, where if it's a well-known one, if you're the average motherfucker, you're going to already know anyway. So there's really even no need to have the discussion. I was bringing it up in the aspect of in terms of maybe somebody who just did something for a short time, and in that aspect. So I agree with certain aspects of what you said, but I also am a firm believer in, like, some shit that is done before you, like, unless it can be detrimental to both of y'all.
That can be.
Okay. We can argue that another day. Then there's really no.
Okay, so do you
like believe... if you just happenstance to be having a conversation and, like you said, something leads somewhere and then you have the talk, then fine. But to me, to purposely go looking, and especially if a person is not trying to jump in your past like that, to purposely go looking, I don't agree with that.
Okay, do you believe that with any instance of you getting to meet somebody, any instance in you meeting somebody new, right? Do you agree that you have to, I don't want to say have to, but you're trying to do better than the last person or anybody in her past? You have to one up anybody in her past.
So in theory, yes. But somebody can be perfect and still shit just doesn't work. So So I think that's kind of an unfair.
Well,
example.
nobody's perfect.
Well, no, but okay. I'm saying in the terms of whatever you was looking for in that relationship, because people don't like to admit sometimes shit just fizzles out.
Facts.
It happens.
Yeah. No,
I mean, it just does.
You don't gotta yell at
No,
me.
I'm not yelling, but I'm just saying it just does. Doesn't mean they cheated. Doesn't mean you cheated. Doesn't mean you was whooping their ass. She was whooping your ass.
Yeah, it just
sometimes
don't
shit,
work. I
Sometimes
agree.
shit just doesn't work. So, I mean, in theory, what you said, yeah, I agree, but it's like it's not always the case.
No, but it is.
It depends.
Sometimes
It
stuff
depends
just don't
on
work
it
out.
depends on the situation a person is coming from or what they dealt with. Sometimes, yeah, you do need to ask this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm. So you would
Sometimes you're doing stuff in such a natural, organic flow that it doesn't have to come up. It literally depends. It's a case by case thing.
Yeah, it is a case by case thing. I agree, but it doesn't matter. The basis of it is she has now left all of these people, all of these dudes or women, whatever she's into. She's left all of these people in the past, and now she's deciding to pick you, or she's now rocking with you. You need the reason I say that you need to know when it comes to the bedroom and stuff, especially us as men, we don't have that many opportunities, bro. We don't have that many opportunities. That's another reason why I ask and I get to know the women that I'm sleeping with, because we only got maybe 2 chances, Red. Maybe 2 chances. Because I remember in one of my previous relationships, I did it like every time. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I've done it with somebody that it was new, every bad thing was going through my head. Like, what if she like this way? Like, is my shit gonna be big enough? You know what I mean? Like, do she like this? Do she like that? So in that instance, with all of this going on in my head, I can't focus on doing what I need to do because I got all of this in my head trying to, you know what I mean? Trying to make sexual looks, but at the same time, I'm like,
That's you putting the pussy on a pedestal. See, that
how?
That is what that is.
How? It's not that. It's just I know that I have one dog. I have this chance, or
it's like you just pull out all your tricks. Don't worry about it.
No, hell no.
You have to.
Hell no. See,
you have to.
That's
no. You have to.
That's the difference between you and I. I'm not pulling out all my tricks for somebody that's not gonna give me another chance.
Oh, I'm pulling all mine out. I'm getting another.
See.
I'm pulling all mine out.
Now we think too different. I'm not doing that. I'm conscious because one, see, you just selfish. That's what that is. You a selfish nigga. That's the
Why
thing.
does that make me selfish? I'm trying to get. If
I'm a pleaser, so I like for them to get it. Even if I don't get it, I like for them to get it before I get mine. Huh? So I'm not pulling out all my tricks, because if I pull out all my you selfish, you selfish, bro. That's why I'm saying we think completely different.
I got mine. You better get yours. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm joking.
I'm joking. Then I chuck the piece.
I'm joking.
Nah, see, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. So
you have to pull out a certain level of tricks, though.
Not the very first time. You can't pull out all the tricks,
because
bro.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. I'm telling you, I'm a living witness to this. Anybody that I've ever been involved with intimately, and I mean, like, they'll tell you, I have not pulled out all of the tricks the first time. The first time might have even been shaky, but every time after that, once I got comfortable with you,
that just means you were lucky.
Nah, cause I'm that nigga though.
No, that just means you was lucky.
Nah, cause I'm that nigga.
Yeah, it means you was lucky.
If it happened once or twice, I'd be like, cool. But if it happened multiple times, like, maybe, and you know what? Maybe the first time wasn't as bad as I thought because it was just me. Maybe they enjoyed the first time. Depression. But I'm putting myself on a pedestal.
No,
not them.
No. You're putting them on a pedestal because there's too much pressure on us.
It's too much pressure on us anyways, though.
No, but when it comes to that, it's way too much. Because you think
that's a fact. I'm thinking about it way too much. Because I'm like, I might not get this again. But I'm not going to pull it out. I'm not going to pull out all the tricks.
But that's why sometimes you have to, because it's on this. Because you think about it. First, a woman, if she want to, can just lay there. It's not going to stop you.
No, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. All the pressure's on us.
It's always been on us though.
Nigga, we gotta be like Jordan. Like, I'm just saying.
All the time, right?
We gotta be like Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Dirk, Luka, Duncan. We gotta, you know, Jerry Rice, Ray Lewis. It's gotta be great.
Maybe it was great to them, and it just wasn't great to me. I don't know. Because it has
they be hiding shit. They don't want you to know
something. It might have even been the potential.
They don't want you to.
You know what I mean? It might have been like, okay, I see what could potentially happen if he just relaxed, and then they gave me another chance. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I know I don't pull out all the stops the very first time. And if I have, it's only been probably once or twice when I've pulled out all of the tricks, because it was just like, listen, I'm not gonna give this one even.
I take that back.
You can't give them all your tricks at once.
I only like pulled out all the tricks on the ones like I really like.
All right, that makes more sense.
I had to think again.
That makes
like
more sense.
The ones I really like, yeah, I pulled it all.
Maybe, no.
If it was somebody I was just trying to get it done, I ain't care.
Well, the more I like them, the more pressure I put on myself. That's the thing.
It's funny how that works, ain't it?
Yeah, the more I like,
the more you like somebody, the more fucked up.
Yeah, the more it's like, damn, should I pull out everything? Or
versus that random, like, let me call Keisha. Like, I know
you feel me? Like you know what I mean?
It's
like
terrible.
Yeah, that's horrible.
It's terrible.
Just to the point where it's like, all right, I'm gonna do whatever here because I just know that this is just this. But for the ones that I really like, I'm not pulling out all the tricks because I don't want to do too much, and they be like, oh nah, this nigga did too much. It's just a lot of pressure. But my point in bringing all of that up is to say, you're trying to be better than whatever she had in her past.
Seriously, how the fuck did we even get here?
Because we was talking about, you know, that it's all about
I was just making sure. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm here.
It's all about the past thing. So you're trying to be potentially better than anything in the past. And another reason why I say that y'all should talk about it is, now this is just the way I think and how I operate, but some of that stuff can be really triggering to her. Like, let's just say, for instance, right? You talking to somebody, you know what I mean? Like, and she was messing with somebody at a young age, and she thought that she loved this nigga or whatever the case may be. And he talked her into having a threesome. But after she had that threesome, you know what I mean? Like, she felt absolutely horrible about herself, like never let herself live that down. And y'all don't talk about her past, you know what I mean? But then you bring up something about having a threesome, now she's triggered. You know what I mean? Like, because she, in her head, she like, I'll never in my life ever do that again. Like, I don't want to talk about it, blah, blah, blah. But then you bring it up. But you would know if y'all talk about her past, you would know not to bring that up.
But you know what that stems from?
What's up?
Women cannot go backwards in lifestyle. Men cannot go backwards sexually. Let me break this down and explain.
Oh yeah, you gotta break that down because I feel like you preaching a little bit.
I'm just saying. You know, woman out the gate. Let's say the first dude she get real with. Let's say that motherfucker automatically, for whatever reason, starts paying everything. And it's not that she can't do it. He just took it upon himself to do it.
Okay.
They break up. That next nigga, not saying that you got to make as much money as that one. If you're not doing something resembling that, it's going to be an issue for her. Whether she wants to admit it or not. Because that's what she didn't got used to.
Will she be able to live with it though? You
Some can, some can't. Just like, you know, she might meet a motherfucker, let's say, he takes her on vacation 4 or 5 times a year.
Yeah.
Not no bullshit vacation. Not just
vacation.
Not like I'm just taking you. I'm not just taking you to Myrtle Beach or something.
Myrtle Beach is a dope vacation.
No, it is.
You can.
But for this example, well, no, because it don't take nothing to go to Myrtle Beach.
Well, nigga, you gotta have money to go to Myrtle Beach.
Not really.
You do.
No, you can have fun and just be average. No, for real. When I say vacation, like this
You talking about Tulum, Maldives?
That shit just like Mexico, the Bahamas, Dubai. Like they doing that. That next motherfucker come around. That's what I'm saying. You can't just look at her like we gonna run down to Miami real quick. Like we gonna run out to Cali. It's not the same thing. And just like with men cannot go back sexually.
Okay, before you explain that.
No, I am going to finish.
Excuse me.
All right?
Excuse
Because I'm off on a tangent right now.
All
This
right,
has nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Ahead.
I feel like putting this in there.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, men can't go back sexually. Because, you start doing it. Like the first time somebody really fucks you up, or like the first time, like, somebody, especially like if you ain't never had it done, and you get with somebody and they suck your dick, and you don't know that feeling. The very next bitch you get, you're not trying to hear "I don't give head." That's a huge ass red flag. You're not trying to hear that, and it's hard to separate that. When somebody turns you out and does a certain thing, that's hard to let go of, bro.
That's subjective.
Everything we talk about is subjective.
True.
This is just my 2 cents.
Okay.
Everything we talk about is subjective.
I feel what you're saying.
I just want,
but I disagree because that kind of happened to me.
I disagree with it too. I disagree with part of it.
With my first girlfriend.
I disagree with the lifestyle part.
Yeah, the lifestyle is different because if she really liked you and she knows, again, like you were saying before, you knew that this was the type of person that this was. You knew what type of person this was before you got with him or when you were getting with him, whatever the case may be. So if somebody's taking you out on 4 vacations a year, like extravagant vacations a year, you know what I mean? You know that, okay, you're going to know off rip that this person that I'm interested in now is going to be able to do this, you know what I mean? Or they're not going to be able to do this. And it's up to the woman to make that decision. Like, okay, I'm just going to have to settle for this. Like, I'll still go on my vacations, but it's not going to be to Dubai and Italy and all of that other stuff. It's just going to be to Myrtle Beach and Miami and Vegas or Cali, whatever. You know what I mean? So some women might be cool with, okay, at least he's making an effort. You know what I mean? Like, that part, I think, it again is subjective to whoever the woman is. They might be able to dumb it down a little bit. But as far as the man going back sexually, I don't know if I agree with his. I don't know if I agree with personally. I don't know if it's going back. But my very first girlfriend in New York, I was 15 when I messed with her. She was 18, so she had sexual experiences. You know what I mean, way before me, and she was damn near messing with a grown man as well. So when I got with her, she turned my little ass out, my little 15-year-old virgin ass out. You know what I mean? Doing wild stuff. And she had me doing wild stuff. You know what I mean? Only to break up with her, move here, and then get a girlfriend here that was also a virgin at the time and didn't do none of the stuff that my first girl did. But it didn't make me go back. It was taking a step back sexually, because now I was the teacher, but it was better for me in the long run, like personally, you know what I mean? Like with her personality, and I knew that she wouldn't cheat on me and do all of this other stuff. So I kind of disagree with the taking a step back, because I took a step back from moving from Syracuse and doing what I was doing there to moving here and dealing with my first girlfriend here. It was a big step back sexually, but it was a big step forward in every other category at the time. And again, I was still young at the time, but my first girlfriend here at the time, she didn't do all that. And there was reasons as to why she didn't, you know what I mean? Like, mainly her being not as experienced. But it didn't take away from me. It didn't take away nothing sexually. Like, it didn't take away from anything, how I felt about her personally or anything. But it was definitely taking a step back. And that's another thing that I'm thinking about, Red. That's a lie. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why that's a lie.
What's a lie?
They're taking the thing back sexually.
Fuck that.
Because just like Robbie say, just like you say, just like a lot of men say, men bone who they want or men bone who they can, women bone who they want, right? So there are niggas, and this is leading into the next topic, right? There are niggas out here that have, I would say, above average women, right? And they're fine, whatever the case may be. But then they go out and they cheat with a chick that is not as pretty. She not really doing, you know what I mean, what the wife is doing, whatever the case may be. You're taking a step back. You know what I mean? That's why they say, if you're going to cheat, at least cheat up. A lot of these niggas out here cheating and laying down with anything, and it's taking a step back.
That's their fault.
I know, I'm just saying. You saying men can't take a step back sexually, they can though.
No, that proves they can.
They can.
Huh?
They can, and they are when they cheat with something that's worse than what they already got.
What? No, worse. You saying worse because of looks?
I'm saying worse because of whatever. It don't even
What makes it worse? Because from the way you said it, you can only be talking about looks.
Nah, I'm saying whether she is.
You just said a motherfucker will go cheat somebody. Would go cheat because they're basically not happy with the sex that they getting because she's not doing whatever. At that point, and that's
not always the reason either.
Okay, no, but that's the reason we're discussing right now. I'm saying at that point, the looks don't even matter at that point.
Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce with something that you. Now I don't know about Beyonce.
I never saw. Did they ever show the girl?
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah, she was like some white chick. That's why I said, "Leave me alone, Becky." It was some white chick. Now I don't know Beyonce.
Was she white or just real light skin?
No, she was white. She was white.
Look for a picture.
She looked like white and Italian or something like that. Like she looked like she was mixed with something. But anyways, Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, right? For instance, I've never been with Beyonce, but from the way she carried herself, the way she looked, I'm just guessing that she has WAP. I'm just gonna guess. If you don't even want to say
that can be misleading.
It could be misleading because of who she
Actually,
is.
I know for a fact.
I'm just taking
that can be misleading.
I'm just going off the books. Eric Benet cheated on Halle Berry back in the day when she was fine. She's still fine today.
Dave Justice cheated on it too.
You know what I mean? She's got cheated on.
That time was different. Eric Benet had problems.
Jennifer Lopez got cheated on before. You know what I mean? I mean, some of the baddest women in the world have gotten cheated on.
All that proves is that looks don't mean shit.
It's not about looks. That's what I'm saying.
But that's why sometimes people seem so shocked about, like the Beyonce thing for me. Like I never thought she was the prettiest one in Destiny's Child. It was Kelly Rowland for me. That was the one for me. But
Kelly's fine.
No, see, I love her.
You like dark skinned women too, though.
I didn't say Beyonce wasn't attractive, but if you make me pick between her and Kelly, I'm Team Kelly all day.
If you like dark skinned women, of course you're gonna pick her.
No, there are some light skinned women I like. No, there are.
No, you don't.
Now there are some I disagree with. Like I never thought whatchamacallit was all that attractive. What was the chick from House Party in Martin? Tisha Campbell.
You never thought so?
Not the way people used to.
I just watched House Party from jump. They got all of the house parties on HBO Max. I watched all of them. She was fine. She was fine back then, bro. But yeah, whatever. Anyways, I just don't think that's true. That men can't take a step down sexually. They can. They do.
They can try. A lot of them don't succeed because you never know that.
The ugly one might have to walk.
The ugly one might be doing some tricks. That ugly one might have been doing some tricks Beyonce wasn't doing.
She wasn't. That's why he came back. That's why he came back.
No, that ain't why he came back.
That's why he came back. Why do we go back if they're doing it and not for the looks? Why do we go back?
For the same reason most of us do it in the first place. It's a lustful act. It don't mean shit. It doesn't.
That negates everything.
In that aspect, it does, yeah. Because the majority of men that do it, it's we don't put no thought into it.
That's a fact.
It's a lustful act. For whatever reason, we wanted a nut at that particular point in time. She either wasn't available, or we didn't want the one we could get from her. We wanted it from somewhere else, and wouldn't fucking got it. That's as far as it gets thought through, though.
Yeah, that's trash.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying what it is.
No, you're right. Yeah, that was topic of the day. Cinema Sitting. Yeah. I got a
chance to
few
watch some
things.
shit.
I got a few things. Excuse me, my homie put me on the Lupin.
We
I'm
already
late
talked
on
about
it.
Lupin.
We have not.
Yeah, we have.
We have?
Yes.
You said something?
It's in one of the ones in the basement that you haven't posted yet.
And
We've talked about Lupin.
okay. Well,
I mean, if you just finally watched it,
yeah, I didn't.
We've talked about
I didn't
Lupin.
pay attention to it, but I watched Lupin. Lupin is on Netflix, streaming now. It's about it's pretty good actually. The reason I didn't watch Lupin is because I have a problem with when the mouths don't go with the words. That's my thing. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really big on that, so that had a problem. But to summarize it for y'all, Lupin is about a kid where it's like London. They over in London. They're talking French, so it's subtitles. But this kid grows up with his pops. His pops is like I want to say a maid, maybe. He's a house taker. He takes care of the house for this rich family that's into some stuff. He gets close with the dad and the mom, or whatever the case may be, and the dad ends up setting the rich family's dad end up setting the black kid's dad up, and the mom knew about it, but she was trying to help, like, defend him a little bit, but the dad ends up going to jail or something like that, and he ends up dying. So you just gotta watch it. It's really good, actually. It's really good. He ended up dying, but the kid wants to grow up. Like, as he grows up, he got a book from his dad about this thief that was robbing rich people as a kid. Like, the book that he read, the thief was robbing rich people. So the kid grows up taking after this thief, and he's trying to not only, you know what I mean, like, get money, stealing stuff and blah blah blah, but he's also trying to figure out why they framed his pops. You know what I mean? It's a really good show. You should watch that when you get a chance. That's called Lupin. I watched this movie called Summer of '84. You ever seen it?
Who's in that?
I don't know. I don't know none of these characters.
I want to say it sounds familiar.
I just know it was okay. Of course, it's called Summer of '84. It was placed back in the '80s because it was 1984. So it's a newer movie, which they produced it, I want to say last year, but it takes place in 1984. It's like a horror slash.
I have seen that.
You've seen it?
I pulled it. Yeah,
it's like a horror slash like thriller.
Yeah,
but the joint was mad good. So
I have seen that.
In summary, this kid and his family moved to this town, and matter of fact, no. They're already in this town, and this guy moves there. This guy and his wife moves there, or something like that. And the guy ends up being like a police officer. But when this guy moves into the town, all of a sudden these kids and stuff start missing. Like, people just start coming up missing. Random people just start coming up missing. And the kid that lives across the street is like, yo, y'all ever thought about Duke across the street? Like, homie, since he moved in, we've had all of these people like just come out the blue missing. Like, y'all never thought about going in his house and trying to figure it out, blah blah blah. So I'm not gonna tell you too much because I want everybody to go watch it. This is a movie that I recommend, honest, like, seriously. Summer of '84. So they try to figure out all of this stuff, and the events that happen is crazy. You just gotta go watch it. That's called Summer of '84. It's really good. I might have talked about this Shadow of the Clouds. Did I tell y'all about that? I think I talked to y'all about that with Jordan.
I think you did.
I think so. Anyways, Shadow in the Clouds. If I didn't talk about it, I'm talking about it again. That joint is about. I know I talked about it. It's about a wife that was dating a military dude, and he was beating her. Then she ended up getting pregnant.
He did talk
and
about
I talked about that. Just go peep that one too. That's on Amazon Prime. If y'all want to watch that, I think that's where I seen that one. Shadow of the Clouds. Deadly Illusions. Did you see that? That's on Netflix. Just came out like last week or something.
I got it on my list. Haven't watched. No, yeah. It
Okay,
came out like 2 weeks
you didn't
ago.
watch it, so I'm not gonna tell.
Did you watch Who Killed Sarah yet?
No.
Netflix?
No. I did not watch that because again, it's the mouths that don't go with stuff.
I know,
but it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to watch that.
Who
Killed Sarah?
I like Who Killed Sarah.
Okay, so Deadly Illusions. Y'all gotta go watch that. I'm not gonna say nothing because he hasn't watched it. I'm gonna go watch Who Killed Sarah, and then we'll come back and talk about both of them on the next show. And the last one, What Lies Below. That's on Netflix too. And there's a big rave about that movie right now too. Because the thing is, this was the weirdest, freakiest, thrilling movie that y'all put out in a long time. It was creepy as hell. You must have not have seen that either. I don't want to spoil it.
So no, I started to watch this,
But you didn't finish it?
and it's not because I wasn't into it. I fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I got I went to watch it at an ignorant time and passed out. I did start to watch this.
Okay, I'm not going to speak on that either yet because he didn't watch that. After you watch that movie, you gotta call me and let me know.
I think tonight when I get home, I'm probably gonna watch that and the other one you was telling me about. Cowboy Concrete.
Cowboy. Cowboy.
Yeah, I still have it.
Okay,
I know Idris Elba's in it. That's all I know.
Lupin, Deadly Illusions, What Lies Below, and Concrete Cowboy are all on Netflix. Those are 4 movies you guys should go watch. Concrete Cowboy, it has Idris Elba in it. I liked it because of the storyline. Y'all can watch it and tell me what y'all think, but I liked it. I'm not going to talk about that either because Red hasn't watched that, so I won't speak on that either. If you're not watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, I mean, shame on you, dog.
That's over now.
Nah, it just
Still
started.
one more episode? They said it was only gonna be 5-6 episodes.
Oh, okay. So this is 4. So maybe next week will be the finale. But Falcon and Winter Soldier, it speaks for itself. If you ever watch an Avenger movie, they don't miss. That's all I gotta say.
Please tell me you started watching Snowfall.
I have not started watching Snowfall. I'll start tonight because I hear mad people saying stuff about Snowfall. I'll start Snowfall tonight. I promise. How do you watch it? On Hulu? How do I go back and watch all of the seasons? Where is it at?
Hulu.
It's on Hulu?
It's on Hulu.
I'm going to have to buy Hulu.
Just do the free, Hulu, that first 30-day free trial. Just make sure you watch it real quick.
I think I already did that.
Oh, damn.
So
set up a fake email.
Yeah. All right.
Set up a verifiable fake email and you can get that.
Or if somebody got Hulu out there, just hit your boy with the.
I don't know what my password is. I'll give it to you. Shit.
You know what I mean? So, Lupin, Summer of #84, Shadow in the Clouds, Deadly Illusions, What Lies Below, Concrete Cowboy. I'm gonna go watch Who Killed Sarah. I'm also gonna start Snowfall tonight.
That's a series, by the way, too.
Yeah, I know that's a series. So I'm gonna start Snowfall tonight as well. What else? I think we talked about Coming to America too. That's been out for a minute. It was trash. It was alright.
Kong versus Godzilla.
From
my HBO Max people. Good movie.
It was a decent movie, right?
I wish there would have been some more
People
fight
been
scenes.
killing it.
Yeah,
that was my only take. I wish they would have fought.
I wish they would have had some more fight scenes, but no, it was a good movie.
But it was decent. I liked it. I liked the movie too, as well. And I'm waiting to see. But Mortal Kombat is coming out on the 16th on HBO Max as well. This looks like the best Mortal Kombat movie
ever.
Because the other ones was absolute trash. You know what I mean? Like with the bad
special
graphics.
Effects. It was fucking horrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. But they've been promoting this one like it's gonna be one of the best ones ever. So that comes out on the 16th.
HBO Max. For those who haven't watched it, the Tina Turner documentary.
The Tina Turner doc. I have not seen that yet.
It's very good.
My friend sent me another movie. Hold on, let me check. That's coming out on HBO Max. Let's see, where is it? This is coming out on it's called Those Who Wish Me Dead. It has Angelina Jolie. Cut. I'm gonna put my Gatorade towel that I stole from my mom. I said when I put this on, I feel like Jordan after he won his 6th ring.
Oh my
God. So I took it.
You could at least say dirt. You had to say
Nah, I had to take
You're a Mavericks fan. Say dirt.
Okay, dirty too. That's my guy. He's my favorite player.
Dirk might as well be black. His wife is black.
Facts, and his wife fine too.
Nigga be coming to the games with his plates wrapped in foil.
Feel me?
Like
that's my man, yo.
You lead a cookout.
Yep. All right, so that was it for Cinema Sit Down. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on over to Music Loop, right? So what we're gonna do about Music Loop, because it really hasn't been that much music. I'm not even gonna play with y'all. In honor of DMX, I'm just gonna tell y'all to go stream some of his music. You know what I mean? Like, cause again, it's bad that it has to happen this way, but I'm sure his music and his albums is gonna shoot to the charts. But all of that stuff helps his estate. You know what I mean? All of that stuff helps his 10 kids, his 15 kids, however many kids he got. I'm not even gonna talk about no other music in honor of DMX. You know what I mean? I want to play something. I'm gonna try to play it. I hope that YouTube don't take this video down. Because it's just gonna be an instrumental. So I'm not even there is no other music right now that matters today, because it's not really nothing important that came out. I'm just gonna tell y'all to go listen to some of DMX's stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's hardcore rap, man. It's hardcore New York rap. It's easy for me to take in. It's not gonna be for everybody. But he has songs with R&B artists. He got all types of stuff that you can look up. I'm sure you'll find something that you like from him. Again, rest in peace to DMX. This episode is gonna be dedicated to him and his family. This Music Loop is also going to be dedicated to him as well. Like I said, I'm gonna put on an instrumental real quick. We're gonna vibe out to it while we cheers. And yeah, rest in peace to DMX, man. So with that being said, go stream his music. I'm gonna try to put something on. Hopefully, I don't. Please, YouTube, don't ban me. Don't do it to me.
Don't throw us off.
Yeah, don't throw us off. We just getting started, you feel me? So with that being said, we gonna cheers out, yo. We're gonna say enjoy life. You know what I mean? Make sure you guys go stream this guy's music. Go read up on him. You know what I mean? He was an amazing man. You know what I mean? Like, go listen to some of his prayers. I'm sure he'll touch y'all. You know what I mean? We gonna cheers y'all out and just tell y'all to celebrate life. Tell your friends that you love them. Tell your loved ones, your pops, your moms. If y'all got issues, you know what I mean? Like, fix them. Because life is way too short. You know what I mean? Like, I love doing this show with this guy because he lets me be himself. He lets me be myself. I let him be himself. And we mesh. You know what I mean? Like, I cherish everybody in my life. We had a birthday party for my mom last week. He was a part of it. You know what I mean? Like, and I was talking to her about how she feels. And she just, because of that birthday party, she feels completely different about life. You know what I mean? Like, she's seen how much people really appreciate her and love her. And it's just the little things, you know what I mean? Like, it's the little things. And I'm going to do an episode on that too called Family Affairs about that whole weekend. You know what I mean? Like, so with that being said, we gonna cheers y'all out. R.I.P. to DMX. You feel me? Throw your X's up. This is for him, man.
Holla at y'all.
You feel me?
Rest in peace, dude.
Please hold.